If you want to see how I do my everyday glowy makeup routine, keep on watching. Good morning. So we're gonna get into the makeup. For my base complexion, I'm gonna go in with the CL Skin Tint. I don't use a primer, like it's just not something that I keep on my vanity. I just prefer having really good skincare, making sure that my skin is nice and hydrated. What's nice about my makeup routine is that I just keep kind of very minimal brushes. Like this is basically all I'll use. Sometimes I'll have an additional brush in there if I'm doing something a little bit different, but for the most part, it's just a 2-brush makeup routine. I'm gonna go in with my Makeup by Mario F4 brush, and I'm gonna use the big side to blend in the skin tint. Fortunately, if you're from Canada, you won't be able to get the CL Skin Tint unless you get it shipped to a US mailbox and then go pick it up across the border. That's what I had to do. I got it like as a birthday gift for myself. I do really like this skin tint. It dries down quite nicely and it leaves my skin with a very like radiant, dewy finish. Honestly, like I would get it again if it was more easily available in Canada, but I understand that because we have different like SPF regulations, that's not gonna happen, probably. So just for that reason, I probably wouldn't repurchase it. But other than that, I think it's a great skin tint and it's acne prone and sensitive skin safe, which is nice. Once I have my skin tint blended, I'm gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario. This is the Soft Sculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum. And what I like about this is that it's so thin that you can just kind of like apply it haphazardly. And it doesn't really matter because it'll blend out like a dream. And I just take a little bit on my forehead as well. I actually cannot believe how much of this I've actually used. And I've only had this since like November when it was the Sephora sale. That's how you know something's well loved, because I have not gotten bored of it, haven't wanted to try something new. This is just what I want. And I'm gonna take the F4, the big side again, to blend it out. Do we see how easy that was to blend out? Yeah. And honestly, if you wanted to add a little bit more for a little bit more drama, you could. It layers so easily on top of itself. Perfect product. For blush today, I am going to go in with a combo. I'm going to do the KJH brand Soft Smudge in Soft Raisin. If this isn't on my like best of beauty essentially for my personal collection by the end of the year, be very surprised, because I picked this up. I got it for the Black Friday sale, so I did get it on a discount. I think I got it for like 25% off. But of course I ordered it right at the beginning, or like right in the middle of the Canada Post strike. So it took a really long time to get to me, unfortunately, and I'm not mad at that. Like, the postal workers had to strike for a reason, and I understand that. Like, I really don't care that it delayed my package. I was more so just worried that it was going to get lost and then I would be like out money or anything like that, but that was not the case. I got it and it was a pleasant surprise. What's really cool about this blush is that it's a cream blush product, cream stick, you know, and it's like a cream to powder finish. So it can be quite matte if you wanted it to be, but if you're layering it over top of something that's a little bit more dewy and hydrating, you still get that dewiness kind of poking through, and I just love it. Formula is very easy to blend. I will add that as well. And I normally just go in, obviously, just directly to my face, but you can also apply it to like the palm of your hand if you wanted to warm it up beforehand and then pick it up with your brush. And then the other blush I'm going to use today is the Merit Flush Bomb, and this is in the shade Fox. These two colors are basically the same, which is pretty cool. I was actually on a hunt for a color dupe to this, but something that was just like a touch more long wearing. That would be her. but I am going to use this once I'm done with my concealer, kind of before I set my face. Oh, and I guess I forgot to mention, I was using the small side of the Makeup by Mario F4 brush. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. It really just depends on the day what I'll do, honestly. Sometimes I'll apply it directly under my eye, sometimes I'll apply it on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to take my Danessa Myricks concealer brush and I'm just going to load up the product into the brush. And then from there, apply it to my under eye. I do focus the majority of the product kind of on my inner corner and then to the side of my nose before I blend this way, just because this is where I want the most coverage and I'm not really looking for like a super snatched eye, you know? I'm gonna pick up more product and do the same with the other eye. When it comes to powder, just have to take them all out of my drawer because somehow I have amassed quite the powder collection, okay? And I don't understand how I got here, but we got here. So I have the Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder, and I have this one in the shade medium, and I normally use this for my under eyes. And I mean, I hit pan on it, which is great. I'm really excited that I actually like hit pan. I like this. I picked up the Pat McGrath under eye powder and I got this in the shade medium as well. I don't know how I feel about this powder, and I mean, I've used quite a bit of it, but I still don't have thoughts about it. I think I like it, like it's an okay powder, but I think from what I could see online is that the formulation of like this shade versus the more brightening shades is different, maybe? I don't really know. So I feel like I should have gotten a brightening shade. Whatever. I'm going to still use the product. And then recently I wanted to try the Kosas powder, so I got the mini, and people weren't kidding when they said that this powder is quite delicate. This happened in my makeup bag when I put it in my purse to do my makeup on my way to work. So, and then I have the Hourglass translucent powder. I've had this since the dawn of time. Like, I've had this forever. It's still not empty. The Ciel Cosmetics Skin Tint, as I mentioned before, it does set down quite a bit on its own, and I find if I do try to powder it, my face just looks a little bit too powdery and dry. And also, since it's wintertime, my skin has just been like remarkably dry and dehydrated, so if I do anything to it that's even like remotely a little bit drying, it's game over for me. So we're not going to set my face, we're just going to set the under eye area. So I think for that today, we're going to do the Pat McGrath. And I'm going to take my powder puff, just kind of swirl it around in there like that, and then I do press off the excess into my hand. I'll load it up again and then press it again. And then I'm gonna start at the base of my nose and work my way up. Something I find quite comical about this powder is the teeny tiny mirror that's inside of it. And I understand that it's like the packaging that kind of prevented them from doing a bigger mirror, but like, and I don't want to blind you, I'm so sorry, but like you can see, what is that? You can like hardly look in there. It's like perfect for just looking at an eye. It's so ridiculous, but whatever. So I'm taking more powder on my powder puff and I'm gonna go in with the other eye. If you guys could give me some powder recommendations in the comments, that would be highly appreciated. I did try the Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder. Is that what it's called? I got the mini version of that. Then I returned it after about a couple weeks because the scent on that powder, what the actual, like, I don't understand why it's so fragrant, and I thought it was causing my inner eye irritation, but I think it was something else that I was using. But in any case, I just could not stand the smell. It was quite nauseating, if I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm going to go in with the Merit Flush Balm now, and this I just put directly onto my brush. And I'm going to blend that in and go over top of my blush that's already there. And I do this to kind of add an extra layer of glow to the KJH brand soft smudge. It just kind of makes everything a little bit more long wearing. I find that if I layer these two, my blush lasts a lot longer than if I were to just use the Merit Flush Balm. I went a little overboard, so I'm just diffusing the edges a little bit with the other side of the Makeup by Mario F4 brush. And before I go in with setting spray, I'm gonna take my KJH brand. This is the Hyper Shine Light Pigment, and I have it in light gold. And I'm just gonna take my finger and I'm going to apply it to the tip of my nose. It's like a callback to 2016 makeup because I've just been really missing a blinding highlight, but I don't want the blinding highlight directly on my cheek. I want my cheek to still be like dewy and lit from within, but my nose can definitely be blinding. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot my eyebrows. We need to do those, and then we can set our face. I'm gonna go in with the Sephora collection Fluff and Fix Brow Wax. I really like this. My eyebrows aren't really that unruly, so they don't need a very strong hold, but they definitely need some hold, and this offers that. I was using that ABH, I don't even know what it's called, but it's in the pink tube, and it's like the gel that's in the pot, the like laminating gel, but that got so goopy and like glue-like almost, and it just really was not doing it for me anymore. I felt like I had to be so precious with my brows, and that's just not the brow routine I want to have in my life. Presently, I don't fill in my brows. I just go in with a brow gel, but I think when I bleached my eyebrows this summer, I think it ruined the integrity of my eyebrows. So I think I'm gonna have to go back to filling them in lightly with a brow pencil. So if anybody has recommendations, I'll probably just go back to using NYX, but I'm open to trying new brow products. If you guys have like a holy grail that you think I should dabble in. Okay, see, like that's a very low fuss brow. I'm happy with it. I'm not doing anything to change it. So now we can set our face. I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty You Mist setting spray. We're just gonna shake it up real good first. One thing I like about this spray is that it doesn't have a scent. It just has like this ever so faint like shea butter smell to it. And it does a really good job at making your makeup last. It adds a cast. And when I swatched in Sephora, I put down her highlighter, I sprayed the setting spray. I didn't let it dry down fully. I just kind of like smudged it to see. And because I didn't let it dry down fully, it like was kind of patchy. And I was like, oh. So then I waited a little bit longer for it to dry, and it wasn't going anywhere. Like, this is actually an incredible setting spray. Highly recommend. Now, depending on the day, I will maybe do an eyeliner, maybe do an inner corner highlight. Today, though, it is Monday. I'm going to work. I don't really want to do anything else other than just put on my mascara, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize mascara. I really like this mascara. At first, I was a little bit undecided how I felt about it, but I actually really like it. I have really curly lashes. They're not very long, and my personal preference for my lashes is to have more volume than length out of my mascara, because I feel like the volume just adds a little bit more of a noticeable difference. It adds a little bit more drama. I feel like it actually makes it look like I'm wearing something on my eyes, especially where my eyes are hooded. So that hoodedness makes it so that it looks like I don't really have lashes. And when I do my mascara, I do go in with 2 coats. 2 coats is like best practice. Okay, and we're in the home stretch. Now it's just a lip. Since I am getting ready to go to work, I don't think I'm going to do too much with a lip. I'm going to do maybe a lip liner and a topicals balm. So I'm going to go in with MAC Chestnut, and I put that on so lightly just because I'm going in with a clear lip balm. So I don't want anything to be too stark. And then topicals, so good. And that's the finished makeup. Thank you so much for watching and kind of getting ready with me this morning. I'm not taking my clips out because it was wash day yesterday and I didn't flat iron my hair. It's just blow dried and it looks crazy from being slept on. Let me know what your everyday makeup routine is looking like. Are you more of a matte person, more of a glowy person? Again, let me know about powders, please, and brow products. I'm actually being so serious about that, because whatever you guys recommend, I will try it. So please do let me know. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of me. Like this video if you liked it, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!